नमस्ते इंडिया, कैसे हैं आप लोग। मैं हूं अनुराग।
और मैं हूँ शिवम। अगर आप हमें पहली बार सुन रहे हैं तो स्वागत है। इस शो पर हम बात करते हैं हर उस खबर की जो इम्पैक्ट करती है आपकी और हमारी लाइफ। तो सब्सक्राइब का बटन दबाना ना भूलें और जुड़े रहे हमारे साथ हर संडे सुबह 10:30 बजे संडेज विद नमस्ते इंडिया में। अनुराग, अगेन एक और ब्लास्ट एपिसोड, एक और ब्लास्ट लाइव स्ट्रीम लेके आए हैं आज।
बिल्कुल।
और हमें तो रिस्पॉन्स भी आने शुरू हो गए। अरे लो फैंस आ गए हमारे पहले से।
बहुत
तमन।
बढ़िया यार, नमस्ते इंडिया की फैमिली हमेशा हमारे साथ जुड़ी रहती है और इट्स
राइट।
ग्रेट टू सी दैट दे आर कमिंग ऑन बोर्ड ऑन संडेज एज वेल। सुबह सुबह सब लोग उठ के अपनी चाय हमारे साथ पी रहे हैं, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है देख के
बहुत हार्ड, बहुत
सबको।
हार्ड।
भाई मुस्टैच ओपी कहाँ चल रहा है?
अरे
हमारे चैट में
यार,
मुस्टैच
तुम
ओपी नहीं आ
मुस्टैच
रही
ओपी
है।
चलाते रहो पहले संडेज विद नमस्ते इंडिया में। अनुराग।
नहीं नहीं, ये तो चलता रहेगा भाई, जब तक मूछें हैं और जब तक ताव चल रही है मूछों में तब तक मुस्टैच ओपी चलता रहेगा। बट
अरे भाई भाई
एनीवेज
भाई।
गाइज, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग टुडे ऑन संडेज विद नमस्ते इंडिया। आज जैसा कि हमने आपको कल के अपने एपिसोड में भी बताया था और हमने अपने इंस्टाग्राम पे भी और ट्विटर पे भी आपके साथ ये डिटेल्स शेयर की थी, वी हैव टू वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट्स ऑन द एपिसोड टुडे। आज उनके साथ लाइव स्ट्रीम पे हम हैं, तो शिवम बताइए कौन है हमारे गेस्ट्स आज और हम आज किस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं।
भाई सबसे पहली चीज़ तो अनुराग, किसी इंट्रोडक्शन के, किसी तारुफ के वो लोग मोहताज नहीं है। अपने आप में बड़े एक्सपर्ट्स हैं अपनी फील्ड में, बट फिर भी हमारा फ़र्ज़ बनता है तो मैं एक एक करके इंट्रोड्यूस कर देता हूँ। सबसे पहले जो लेडीज़ फर्स्ट से शुरू करते हैं, आज की जो हमारी गेस्ट हैं वो एक होम्योपैथी स्पेशलिस्ट हैं। और उनको आपने कुछ दिन पहले हमारे एक पॉडकास्ट में भी सुना होगा, वो हमारी गेस्ट स्पीकर थी। सो प्लीज़ वेलकम एवरीवन, डॉक्टर अनम ज़हीर। अनम, welcome to the stream. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shivam, Anurag, Namaste India. I'm
माशाल्लाह,
pretty
बहुत
good.
प्लेजर
बहुत
प्लेजर।
खूबसूरत लग रहे हैं आप।
Thank you.
नहीं, सही में बोला, मतलब नहीं, यह तारीफ़ करनी बनती है देखो, और स्त्रियों की तो
बिल्कुल
तारीफ़
बिल्कुल
करनी
यार,
बिल्कुल बनती है। एक तो वैसे भी हमारे
बिल्कुल
साथ जो
बनती है।
है स्ट्रीम पे हम लोगों को नहीं लग रहा था कि हमारे पास स्त्रियाँ आएंगी हम दोनों को देखकर, मतलब एटलीस्ट हम दोनों को देखकर। बट खैर, आपने आए, हमारा सौभाग्य है। नेक्स्ट गेस्ट फॉर टुडे इज़ अ न्यूट्रिशन स्पेशलिस्ट एंड कंसल्टेंट। और इन जनाब से हमारी कुछ दिन पहले ही मुलाकात हुई है ओवर द मीट एंड कम्युनिकेशंस, बट ही इज़ अ वेरी 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 नाइस गाय। एंड आई होप आज का जो सेशन होगा वो सर की साइड से बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेटिव होने वाला है। सो प्लीज़ वेलकम डॉक्टर आरिफ हुसैन। आरिफ सर, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
Yes, Namaste India.
अरे सर नमस्ते, नमस्ते सर,
How are-
नमस्ते। अरे कैसे
Yeah,
हैं सर आप?
yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me here and
मैं
for this opportunity.
सर, श्योर, प्लेजर इज़ ऑल आस। अनम, आरिफ, आप लोगों के फ़ैन तो पहले से आ गए हैं। एक के बाद एक गुड मॉर्निंग सर, गुड मॉर्निंग मैम चल रहा है।
Yeah. Good morning to all.
Okay.
राइट राइट
Hello
राइट।
all. Very good morning.
चलो तो
Yeah.
फिर आज का मुद्दा शुरू करते हैं बिना किसी टाइम को वेस्ट किए हुए। सबसे पहले तो एक छोटा सा कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेट कर देते हैं कि आज का सारा जो डिस्कशन है वो है किस चीज़ के बारे में। सो आई गेस नो बेटर देन अनम वुड बी देयर टू टेल कि आज का ये सारा मुद्दा है क्या। सो ऑल ओवर टू यू अनम।
Okay. Hello all. This is Dr. Anum Zaheer, and I'm an MD homeopathic consultant. I've been practicing in Pune since half a decade, and I'm so glad that it's been the second time I've been the part of Namaste India. और 185 एपिसोड अगर आप लोगों ने अभी तक भी नहीं सुना है तो स्पॉटिफाई और सावन पे जाकर सुनिए। आई मीन इट वाज द फर्स्ट पॉडकास्ट मेरा विद नमस्ते इंडिया, एंड आई हैव गॉट lovely and huge response. Thank you so much, all the doctors, non-medicals, paramedics, those who have listened it, even the general public. And I have got so many feedbacks. My inbox was full कि they have वैक्सीन को लेके, कोरोना को लेके उनको बहुत सारे जो फैक्ट्स थे, जो मिथ थे, वो एकदम क्लियर हो गए। सो आई एम सो ग्लैड, थैंक यू सो मच, एंड बिग थैंक्स टू शिवम एंड अनुराग, दोज हु आर कॉलिंग मी अगेन एंड अगेन। ओके, सो आज का जो हमारा सेशन है वो बहुत स्पेशल है, और डॉक्टर्स होने के बावजूद भी हमने इसे स्ट्रिक्ट मेडिकल ना रखते हुए वेलनेस हैक पीसीओडी एंड लाइफस्टाइल इसलिए रखा है क्योंकि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों में जुड़ना चाहते हैं। ओके, तो आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है उसमें हम पीसीओडी के बारे में बात करेंगे। बहुत ही कॉमन डिसऑर्डर है आजकल। मैं तो प्रैक्टिस में देखती हूँ, अगर मैं 10 फीमेल्स देखती हूँ तो मेरे पास 10 में से 8 को पीसीओडी होता ही है, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ वो मेरे पास क्या कंप्लेंट्स लेके आते हैं। कॉजेस क्या होते हैं, रिस्क क्या होते हैं, साइन एंड सिम्टम्स। हो सकता है आपको, मुझे पीसीओडी हो और हमको पता ही ना हो कि हमें पीसीओडी है। कॉम्प्लिकेशंस क्या होती हैं, बहुत डिस्कस करेंगे हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल के बारे में। आप अपना लाइफस्टाइल कैसे मेंटेन कर सकते हैं। ओके, आप बीमार पड़े, आपने लाइफस्टाइल चेंज किया, आप ठीक हो गए, उससे अच्छा है आप अपना लाइफस्टाइल हेल्दी कैसे कर सकते हैं कि आप बीमार कम पड़े। So boss will be discussing about all the diet and nutrition, and feel free to ask a question from boss. Why I admire him most, I don't know कितने डॉक्टर्स ऐसे हैं जो ऐसे प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, but Dr. Arif Hussain, he's a such kind of doctor who treats without medicine. You hear me? What I said? He treats without medicine. He
इनके
gives
हाथ में तो
medicine at
जादू है।
last. आपके में जादू है, इनके पेन में भी जादू है।
अरे भाई भाई भाई
So,
भाई।
so he tries to manage the case, the patient first, the diet, the lifestyle, the nutrition, when you are waking up, amount of water you are taking, what you are eating in the breakfast. So he becomes your family. Once he becomes a physician, he becomes your family. What you are eating, what and what time you are eating, and he gives medicine at last. So this I have learned from him. If you want, he can share many of his cases with you, which are treated without medicine in this century. In this 2020 era, he is treating patients without medicine. You got me right. So, without wasting any minute, we'll start. And the topic for the today is wellness hack. I have already introduced myself, and it's the time of big promotion. I have an Instagram account, homeopathy.heals. And if you have not followed us, do follow us. And I have a YouTube channel as well, and that is most homeopathy lovers. Okay, so we'll start. Now, this very basic question: what is PCOD and how it is differ from PCOS? Some doctors call it as PCOD and some call it as PCOS. It is polycystic ovarian disease. Disease means bimari. Dis ease, unable to ease, this discomfort. So it is PCOD, in which there are small follicles, fluid-filled cysts. They are present in the ovaries. I'm sure यहाँ मुझे किसी को भी बताने की जरूरत नहीं है कि what is menstrual cycle and how egg is produced. If egg is not fertilized, so we get a menstrual cycle every month. We get chumps. और मुझे लगता है फीमेल्स और डॉक्टर से ज्यादा मेल्स और इंजीनियर्स को इस बारे में ज्यादा पता रहता है।
अरे
तो
हाँ,
इतना
हमें
बेसिक।
पता रहता है। इनफैक्ट मैं तो दो तीन लोग थे जिनको कल मैंने बताया कि ओके माय स्ट्रीम इज़ अबाउट दिस, तो कहते तुम क्यों बात कर रहे हो इस बारे में। लाइक मैं क्यों ना बात करूँ इस बारे में।
डेफिनेटली इसे टैबू नहीं बनाना है, बात करना है।
एक्चुअली
बिल्कुल।
ओके, और नेक्स्ट इज एंड पीसीओएस इज पॉलीसिस्टिक ओवेरियन सिंड्रोम। सिंड्रोम का मतलब होता है ग्रुप ऑफ सिम्टम्स। ओके, तो
ओके
जब डिजीज इज accompanied by group of symptoms, एक तो cyst है ovaries में, disease है। when cyst is topped up with acne, hair fall, weight gain, skin conditions, it becomes syndrome, so it becomes PCOS. so next time कोई भी रहे, आप you'll be able to differentiate between if somebody is suffering from PCOD or PCOS. Okay, so it's a kind of hormonal disorder and very common, as I've told you, very common. Small cysts are present in the ovaries, and there is unpredictable behavior, not only hormonally but physically and emotionally as well. एक कहावत याद है, ओ माय गॉड, बिना कहावत और बिना शेरों के तो मेरा कोई
अरे
YouTube
खड़काइए
सेशन
खड़काइए
नहीं
आप
होगा।
पहले मैं ऑडियंस के दो तीन जो कमेंट्स आए हैं मैं एक बार उन्हें टेक ओवर कर लेता हूँ। सो तमन इज सेइंग यस, यूजुअली डॉक्टर्स स्केयर एंड इंटीमिडेट मी, विच इज़ वेरी ट्रू। मतलब हुआ बना देते हैं कुछ चीज़ों का, इफ़ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग अनम, और खास करके इस तरह के डिसीज़ का। एंड देयर
Yeah,
आर अ
mostly
लॉट।
it's because of the lack of time. Mostly the doctors rush through the patient.
या
That's
एक्चुअली
what happens.
या
Yeah.
बाकी जितने लोग आए हैं स्ट्रीम पर, पहले तो बहुत 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 शुक्रिया आप सबका आने का। देयर इज़ अ लॉट मैनी हाइज एंड लॉट मैनी लॉल्स गोइंग ऑन इन द स्ट्रीम, और एक एक करके हमारी जनता बढ़ती जा रही है। तो मेरे ख्याल में सारे एक के बाद एक आने वाले हैं।
पर डॉक्टर से डरने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है, डॉक्टर से डरने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है। हम भी आप ही लोगों की तरह हैं, बस हमारी दो
बस आप लोगों
एंड
की
वी आर
लिखावट
बिग।
समझ में नहीं आती है, बाकी सब
नहीं
भरोसा।
आती है, मेरी मेरी लिखावट आती है, मेरी लिखावट। अरे वी बोथ हैव वेरी गुड बॉस एज वेल, इट्स
ये
नॉट लाइक
मतलब मतलब लिटरली यही होता है। आपने कुछ लिखा उसके बाद वो सिर्फ मेडिकल स्टोर वाले को पता होता है ये क्या है, ये चिड़िया उड़ रही है। ये वाली दे दीजिए।
No,
ओके।
actually,
सो
we get trained for that kind of handwriting, and
यू
we
गेट
haven't gone for that.
यू गेट ट्रेन फॉर दैट काइंड ऑफ हैंड राइटिंग। ओके,
Yeah.
ताकि हर कोई डॉक्टर ना बन जाए। वाह, भाई चैट
So
चैट में डॉक्टर्स ओपी हो जाए.
Yeah.
so there is एक कहावत है कि इस दुनिया में औरत को ना बनाने वाला भी नहीं समझ पाया. लोग बोलते हैं कि आपकी माँ है या योर वाइफ और योर गर्लफ्रेंड और योर friend or your even best friend. So sometimes they behave like an angel, and sometimes they behave like a devil. So actually it is actually very normal. औरत को समझना इसलिए मुश्किल है क्योंकि उसके अंदर जो एस्ट्रोजन और प्रोजेस्टेरोन है वो खुद को भी नहीं समझ पाते
बताइए.
actually. So इस चीज को please take it as very common. Don't call your girlfriend as cranky. Yeah, she nags, and it is very. I'll tell you, or even rather, boss will tell you how to handle females because he is a male health consultant, and it is very easy actually. So PCOD can trigger diabetes, infertility, acne, even abnormal hair growth on the face or buttocks or hands. Okay, so I'll tell you about the prevalence, how common it is. Everyone, everyone in a 5 women of India in reproductive age is suffering from PCOD. It means if I have a 10 females, they've been suffering from PCOD diagnosed case. Okay, then you'll find that 8 among the 10 females they are suffering from PCOD and they don't even know it, just because there is the lack of awareness or education, or I must say carelessness. Education is not less these days, but people they are ignorant regarding their health.
True that.
Okay, I must say, in a past decade, time has changed a lot. I'm living in Pune for 5 years, and I've seen females work. They work on high posts, HR department. They are the managers. Okay, unusual shifts. They also work on US shift and South African shifts. So they are so over ambitious. I must say, ambition होना बहुत अच्छी बात है, but when you are ignoring your health, when you are ignoring the signs which your body is given, so definitely I'll call it as over ambition. So in due to over ambition, they are not listening to the triggers which body is giving, the signals body is giving, and they land up in such kind of metabolic or hormonal disorders. Next comes the causes. Okay, this is very interesting. What causes PCOD? किसे PCOD हो सकता है, मुझे हो सकता है, किसी को भी हो सकता है. Definitely females को ही होगा. Those who are having ovaries, so you all 3 are safe for PCOD. You can have other metabolic disorders or lifestyle disorders. So the exact cause is not known, but there are certain factors which play a role in causing PCOD. Number one is excessive of insulin. I'm sure you all are very much aware about this hormone, which is secreted by pancreas and it regulates blood sugar in the body. Okay, so it allows the cells to use the sugar. Sugar gives energy, everybody knows.
Yes.
Glucose is required in a very basic layman language. भाई sugar आपने खाई, आपकी बॉडी में इंसुलिन है, तो चलो burn it, finish. But when you become insulin resistant, body में इंसुलिन भी है, body में sugar भी आ रही है, पर cells they are not ready to respond to insulin. Very similar to diabetes mellitus. What happens in diabetes type 2? Insulin dependent.
Yes.
Insulin independent. Okay. Now body is not ready. I'm not going to take insulin, so I'll not burn the sugar. What happens? The blood sugar will rise. कहाँ जाएगी blood sugar? Whatever you are taking. I'm not talking about the sweets and the candies. I'm talking about even basic aloo ka paratha, which contains sugar. Okay. So body will produce. अब body तो कह रही है कि भाई मैं तो इंसुलिन नहीं लेने वाली हूँ. Body में sugar भी बढ़ गया है.
Can I interrupt here?
Yeah, please.
You said aloo ka paratha. So when we talk about diet, and when we talk about when we keep advising the patients for taking the vegetables, the first question which we receive is that, can I take potato, aloo? Okay, so we consider this potato not as a vegetable. Okay, so we need to realize that, because that is laden with carbohydrates, that is so farinaceous, and it is going to give you a lot of calories. So we need to take care of that. Just a reminder, that's all. Okay.
Now the blood sugar is rising. Okay, right. Body is not using insulin. Now pancreas will get a signal कि हमें तो insulin मिल ही नहीं रहा है. और pancreas is so near, it started producing more insulin. Now body is full of insulin. And excess of insulin, it increases the androgen production. Androgen is a hormone. It is present in both males and females, but in males it is more, and in males causing a beard, the voice, the libido, the sexual desire, everything, the masculine structure of males, it is all controlled by androgen. Now, due to increased insulin, androgens are increased in the female body now, which is causing difficulty in ovulation and the pattern of physical structure of females, like more of like males, like hoarse voice, dark skin, and facial hair growth, okay, the masculinity. So research have also shown that women, those who are suffering from PCOD, they have a low type of inflammation. Inflammation is simple. When a mosquito bites you, you have a red, pink color on your skin and you scratch it. That is a simple example of inflammation.
Okay, and I'm
So,
sorry, I'll just cut you in between. There are two things that I'll like to mention. So, Taman has said that the workplaces or the organizations that make them work like hell and there's no work-life balance also lead to such problems. So, do you agree with the same that if there's no work-life balance, then also these problems can be, you know, the work-life balance can lead to these problems?
definitely, definitely. I'll ask one question. I'll ask one question. Okay. I have not worked. I have never done a job. Honestly, मैंने कभी काम नहीं किया. मैंने किसी की नौकरी नहीं की है. Okay, touch wood, and I'm very happy about that. आप मुझे ये बताइए कि अगर कोई इंसान 8 आवर्स या 9 आवर्स ऑफिस से काम करके जा रहा है, तो उसको ऑफिस का कल्चर ऐसा क्यों बनाया है कि उसे बीनीथ देखा जाएगा कि इसने सिर्फ 8 घंटे काम किया. आई एम वर्किंग 12 आवर्स. Why they are appreciating the people over shifts and over shifts. So there comes the competition between the employees. More work. Company is not letting you to work for more than 12 hours or 8 hours. You complete your shift. You yourself compelling the company ko kya hai? Company is getting more output. You are giving more time to the company. It's our mindset. Don't blame the companies for overwork or for paying you more. Okay? This culture
Yeah,
should be changed from our side.
yeah. I guess Dr. Hussain has something to add on that.
Yeah, that was the same point which Dr. Anum just told now. That is, we are always trying to blame the companies for the work-life, this job balance. So actually, the exact problem is that we are more focused in the job and we are not able to manage our time. Okay, so if we have a proper management strategy for our work and the life, so it won't be a problem. Okay, so we need to learn that first. And one another thing is there are some big companies like the Google or the Apple or some other multinational companies like that. They're having a very good strategy for balancing all these things, but maybe not the smaller companies. So slowly this will come into play by understanding the value of this balance. So we can expect some good changes in the coming years.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, it all
it's
depends on the management also,
actually.
right? Because at the end of the day, company is nothing but a group of people working towards a common goal. So if your manager is not efficient enough, he doesn't understand what the deadlines need to be for a particular task, then the team would ultimately suffer. Like for example, if we four are working and Dr. Hussain is our manager, but he understands that okay, this work needs to be done in 10 hours, but actually the work had to be like it cannot be done in 10 hours. It needs like 15 hours or 16 hours. So unless and until the management side is also efficient enough to understand that okay, a particular task needs to be completed in a particular set of time, and this is the I mean this is what the competencies are of my team, and this is what we can achieve during that particular timeline. So a lot of things go together hand in hand when it comes to people working overtime or doing extra work,
Yeah,
because
and
at the end of the
especially
day the
those,
company, what they need is they need the work done. So you
yeah,
do it in 10 hours, they are happy. You do it in 5 hours, they are happy.
yeah, true.
So and this is
Right
where
now
I
we
guess
can
the
see.
lifestyle disorders also come into place.
Yeah, that's the point. And another point is this, that is after this lockdown came into being, we are seeing a lot of complaints from the people. That is,
Yes.
at the beginning they thought that okay, working from home would be something uh, that would be very much useful for them, or that will be going to get them some free time. But what has happened is they are almost working 24/7 now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm
Okay.
saying a
So
statement like this,
now,
but ये बिल्कुल रिलेशनशिप जैसा हो गया कि शुरू में अच्छा है पर बाद में जाके बड़ा गुस्सू हो रहा
yeah.
है
So even
and
even the
all
people are experiencing increasing number of divorce cases actually.
or like
Right.
everybody, you know, all three of you all dependent upon us. It's never the company. And like solely I'm feeling on this panel I'm the only one who's having a job. Other three are entrepreneurs or doing their own thing. So I'm feeling like you are literally saying ki, listen bro, it's you who's suffering, not
No,
us.
no. It's like you are
An
tempted to
example to the
get,
society.
yeah, you are getting tempted to work under us. Is that the point?
True that.
Okay, you're
Anam,
welcome.
quick question. Like you have shared a PPT with us. You want me to share the
Okay.
same and as while you were telling about PCOD? All right.
That's
Just
good. Okay.
yeah, please
So
continue.
we were up to the low grade inflammation. Okay. So when ovaries they are inflamed, okay, so they produce again these androgens which we're calling the male complaints. So it may also lead to blood and heart problems as well. Some studies they have also suggested that PCOD is related to genes. So it may also link to genetics. If mother suffered from PCOD, so daughter may is likely to suffer from the same complaints. The excess androgen also results into hirsutism. Hirsutism is, I already told you, that female having physical appearance like male, and big cystic acne. So next time, those who doctors listening to me, if you came across the cases of acne, never ever treat only the acne. Don't find the remedy, find the fault first. I said this in the podcast as well. Okay, try to find the underlying cause, what is causing the acne. It could be thyroid, it could be your lifestyle, faulty lifestyle, or PCOD, or any hormonal imbalance. Okay, now the next very interesting question is who are at risk? PCOD is very common, but the urban females, the Indian women staying in urban areas, they are higher risk due to their poor lifestyle. I have to say this, but the urban females they have poorer lifestyle than the rural ones. Their eating habits, the lack of physical activity make them more prone and at higher risk for PCOD. Now comes the sign and symptoms, which is very important to diagnose, to know, or to make a probable diagnosis for PCOD. Number one is irregular periods or no periods at all. Okay, bleeding after 3 months or not bleeding till 8 months. And even though if the female is of reproductive age group, their urine pregnancy test is negative, and still they are not bleeding for months, this would be the possible sign of PCOD. Difficulty in getting pregnant because if there is irregular periods, so irregular ovulation, or there is failure to ovulate. Excessive hair growth, usually on face, chest, back, buttocks. Abnormal weight gain is a very common feature of PCOS. Thinning of hair, hair loss from the head. So many females they complain of dandruff and their texture of their hair has been thin. Okay, and the oily skin and acne. The boss will tell you how to balance the lifestyle. Those who are suffering from PCOD. Now, last but not the least, what are the complications? ठीक है, PCOD हो गया तो क्या? What happens if you still remain ignorant, knowing everything, and if you are let it untreated? Number one is infertility. I think since past couple of years, the cases of infertility have increased, and the business of IUI and IVF and IUI has also increased just because of this poor lifestyle hacks. Okay, so gestational diabetes is diabetes during pregnancy. As I told you that it is more or less likely a diabetes mellitus due to excess insulin in the blood. So it
Hmm.
induces high blood pressure at the end as well. Miscarriages, premature birth of kids, metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome, again, syndrome means a cluster of conditions. It
Right.
includes high blood pressure, hypertension, high blood sugar, diabetes, abnormal cholesterol, triglyceride level means lipid metabolism. The fat metabolism is also disturbed, and it eventually leads to risk of cardiovascular disease, heart diseases as well, liver diseases as well. There is difficulty in sleeping, depression, anxiety, even eating disorders. We can see it is very common. Even we are suffering from depression. Depression does not look like you are weeping, crying in front of everybody. Actually, a person is, if even if he's smiling, he may going through worst of the worst part of his life or time of his life. Abnormal uterine bleeding and even a few cancers like cancers of uterus. It may be the worst consequences for PCOD. So thank you so much. I think I have done my part. And if you have any query, Shivam will share you my email address. So you can directly ping me on homeopathy.heals or you can mail me. Thank you so much. Namaste, India. People have actually made my Sunday.
No, I guess very good points that you have put out, Doctor, because a lot of women, especially women working in the corporate world, they are basically, not understanding the signs of their body, like you said, they are not taking care of what the body is actually trying to tell them. And I guess this is where we would like to introduce Dr. Arif Hussain. Doctor, please tell us about yourself, and then I have a few questions about lifestyle diseases, and then we can go ahead with the section where we can tell everyone that okay, problem to ho gayi, but ab kare kya?
Okay, thank you. So, Namaste India once again. And thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. So, now we have seen Dr. Anum, a leading homeopathic practitioner, discussing about the disease as it is. Now I'm an ex-homeopath, not practicing homeopathy now. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain something about the lifestyle and how a lifestyle management can bring about some good changes, especially with regards to this PCOS or PCOD. So that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay,
Okay,
Dr. Arif,
so
sorry to
I think
interrupt
that's,
you in between.
yeah,
There's one question.
yeah,
Is there any
okay.
age of getting PCOD or after pregnancy? Anam, I'd like you to answer the same.
Okay, I've told you that
Yeah,
PCOD is
Dr. Anand.
a disorder of reproductive age group. Okay, so एक
Yeah,
taboo और बताती हूँ मैं. I was very little, means 12, 13 or 14 year old. तो अगर मेरी मॉम को या मेरी किसी आंटी को भी गायनक के पास जाना होता था, तो there was a taboo in 2000 time कि little girls or menstruating girls or small girls, they were not taken to the gynecologist. We've been left behind. कि अभी शादी नहीं हुई है तो गायनाकोलॉजिस्ट के पास नहीं जाना. आई डोंट नो हाउ मच दिस सिनेरियो इज सेम इन द सिटीज एज वेल. अगर हम डायग्नोज करेंगे, इफ यू स्टार्ट द स्क्रीनिंग, तो डेफिनेटली पीसीओडी विल कम अप मोर इनटू अनमैरिड गर्ल्स. ओके.
yeah, this is an
Yeah,
important
and
aspect.
another thing is
Okay.
after having a baby, even if female is suffering from PCOD, and after pregnancy, such conditions resolve, but it does not show that she cannot get PCOD again. See, we have a cause, we have a risk, and we have the reaction, the result. So if we continue with the poor lifestyle, so definitely anybody in a reproductive age group, can get PCOD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one thing which I would like to add to this is that underdiagnosis. That is one reason why we are not seeing much number of cases in the rural setup. And in cities, the people are more aware of this condition, and if something happens with their normal menstrual cycle, they usually goes to the doctor and they try to find out the problem, and so they are able to get diagnosed at the earliest, and even the early diagnosis means early resolution of the problem, and the problem can be corrected at the earliest. So that's one reason why we see the number of cases in the cities more than what we see in a rural area or in a village. Okay. So shall we move on to our?
Sure, Dr. Ralph. I
Okay.
guess the
Okay.
answer has been given. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we cannot have much better explanation than this, as Dr. Anum has given now. So there's no much need of any further clarification on that. So I'll give you a very concise overview of what we are going to talk today. That is, what is lifestyle, first of all? Okay. Then what is a lifestyle disease? Then when to start focusing on lifestyle? Anurag was about to ask something about that in that area. Then are there any shortcuts for this
I like
lifestyle
to know about
management?
this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the answer would be very much interesting for you as well. So then the final thing is a quick note on the management, especially the special focus on the different diets
Right.
out there in the market. Okay. So these are the a brief overview of what I'm going to present now. So, what is a lifestyle? We have a definition for that, and it's not it's a no-brainer. That is, it's simply put, it's the way in which a person lives. We know that there's no much need of any clarification or much elaboration on this. So we know that the way we work, the way we sleep, the way we have our food, and many other aspects of our life, how we manage our stress, how we mingle with the society, how is our social life, our socializing skills. All these things are going to matter when you consider about your lifestyle. So this is a multifaceted problem or a thing that is having a lot of branches or different areas which we need to look at. Diet is there, exercise, our activity, all these things. So as a whole, we can say this is the way in which a person is living. Okay. Now comes this lifestyle disease. What is a lifestyle disease? Okay. Already we talked about the rural and the urban difference. Okay. So we can rename this lifestyle disease as the disease of longevity. That means the longer we live, the chances are high that we are gonna get some sort of lifestyle disease at some point of our life. Maybe we might all the people may not be getting the same kind of disease. Maybe not all are going to be diabetic. Some people are going to be affected with heart disease, some with some cancer, some type of cancers are grouped under lifestyle disease, like breast cancer. Then we have the bowel cancer. All these cancers are grouped as lifestyle disease. Then we have the COPDs and all. So a different name for this lifestyle disease is the disease of longevity. Then we have another name for that, that is the disease of affluency. That means the better you earn, the better you have your resources. That means you are more prone to take more food, more leisure in your life. You are tend to become more inactive, and that can lead to a lot of problems. But the lesser you are blessed with the money, you are more prone to move around. You are more prone to think about your the daily bread,
Right.
and you will be keep on moving on. So that
This is for
itself
you,
is one.
Shivam, huh? This is for you, Shivam. Dr. Arif is targeting you. We three are entrepreneurs, but you are
Yeah.
earning huge salary. So you need to take
Okay. So
take
yeah,
good care of it.
yeah,
I
that's true.
didn't take it seriously, but I like the way you are now portraying it is literally hitting me hard.
And one interesting fact is that some years ago there was a statistical analysis going on to assess the lifespan of the doctors, and it was found to be somewhere around 55 years. That's the average lifespan of a doctor. Okay, not the homeopathic doctor,
How
the
about
general.
engineers?
Engineers might be
Some
living better because they at
if
least they have
a
a.
girlfriend 25 years, if not a girlfriend maybe 55 years.
Let's forget about that. Let's focus about the job nature.
Okay,
Then,
just one question again for Anam. Sorry to interrupt you in between.
okay, yeah.
Kapil has asked that one of his friends has PCOD. So can she completely get rid of it? First of all, it takes courage as a guy in the society we live to ask that one of his friend has PCOD. So great job, Kapil, picking it up. At least
Yeah,
if your friend was
my
not.
good wishes.
Uh,
My good wishes for you, couple. And please come up. We'll have a campaign for menstrual hygiene and sexual wellness as well. Be with us.
uh,
Okay. So the answer is definitely. Why not? PCOD is treatable, curable, ekdam. No problem. Ask your friend that she पट पेटिका को कसके से बांध ले फ्लाइट की तरह and she need to stick to the diet and the lifestyle, whatever Dr. Arif will tell you. And if she needs any online consult or walk-in appointment, she can connect to me. No problem. And no problem.
Yeah, the point is this: the earlier you diagnose and the earlier you try to intervene, the better the chances are you will get a normal life.
True.
Okay, so everything should be done at the proper time. A stitch in time saves nine. That's the proverb.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and even we can say prevention is better than cure. We cannot think of curing or managing the lifestyle problems every now and then because it's very difficult. Because we are going to see that, and we have already seen, as Dr. Anum has clearly elaborated that it's not just because of one reason that a problem is coming up, especially these kind of diseases. The solutions too will be very much complicated. We cannot just depend upon a single pill or a single diet or something like that just for clearing out all the problems, because lifestyle means it is very much complicated, and it's a hydra-headed problem. So you need to be very much careful about that. So the
And I
earlier,
guess,
yeah.
Dr. Hussain, this is another big problem that we see in urban India, that people they just want one single pill for all their problems. I
Yeah,
guess that is another issue because
yeah,
I
that's
see a lot of my friends and even me, sometimes even I want something to be just be like done in a jiffy, right?
yeah.
Within like I need solutions by the minute. So
Yeah,
that is
this
why a
is
lot of people don't understand that if there's a complex problem that the solution may not be as easy as you thought of.
actually, this is not a simple problem. This is a burning problem, and it's a very difficult problem because um the prime reason why this kind of thought that got engraved in the minds of these people is just because of the doctors themselves. Because it is these doctors through all these years who gave these people the idea that your problem can be cured or that could be cleared by using a pill. So, and that's the second point which we are about to talk about. That is the non-communicable and the communicable diseases. Okay. When a doctor says that, okay, your condition can be cured with this vaccine, or it could be cleared by using this antibiotic, that is true for certain diseases, but not for the diseases which we are trying to discuss right now, because this is something which is called non-communicable disease. That means it is not communicable, and which we cannot prevent by using any mask or a sanitizer or by just observing the social distancing. And the funniest thing is that until the beginning of this 2020, we were evangelizing, or we were we were trying to popularize the concept of lifestyle medicine, lifestyle disease, and lifestyle diseases. And we were telling that the era of communicable disease is gone. But what we are seeing right now is we are almost stuck with a communicable disease, that is the COVID-19, and
Right.
it's almost an year now. Okay, so still we are taking a step backward, and we are just recollecting how we were suffering from all these kind of communicable diseases like smallpox, the polio.
Yeah.
Then we have the many
Chickenpox.
vaccine preventable diseases, uh, which the humanity still considers as the worst diseases, like the measles. Then we have the diphtheria. All these diseases were communicable and they were deadly. Okay, and they were very much disability prone. That is, the person who is affected with those diseases will be disabled for life. So these were, and even their lives will be endangered, especially if somebody gets this diphtheria. The child is almost going to die. Okay, so that's the problem with communicable disease. So during that time, when a doctor says, okay, that could be created, that could be cured using a vaccine, that is agreeable to a point. But today, when we talk about non-communicable disease, people are just equating that solution with communicable disease, and they are getting that idea. Okay, this is going to be cured by this pill or a diet or a just jogging alone in the morning, that is going to cure them. That's not going to happen. Okay, so we can elaborate on that in a
Yeah.
coming slides. Okay,
Yeah,
so these are some.
sir,
Yeah.
sorry, Dr. Arif, interrupting you in between. Firstly, Anam, a lot many BB lights have come up and they are saying hi to you. So from your batch or
Hello, my
juniors or seniors,
people.
like BB lights are there. One
Hello.
question again from Kapil's side. Another thing that I hear many times that early pregnancy is the only way to get rid of PCOD. Is a myth or true?
Sorry?
Pregnancy is one of the reason to get rid of
No,
PCOD,
early
not the
pregnancy.
only. Early diagnosis first.
Okay.
See, it is a multidimensional. Come with me. See, number one is early diagnosis of PCOD. Another thing is, yes, pregnancy can help in getting rid of PCOD. Third thing, the very main important point is the chances. What are the chances of getting pregnant with PCOD?
Okay.
You getting my point or not?
No, I completely get it.
Okay. So, dear couple, so if early pregnancy, matlab, we are not here to advocate get married at 14 or 15-year old so that you can avoid PCOD. It's not like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
against the law.
maintain a good lifestyle. Get pregnant when a woman wants to, when a family is ready. Yes, pregnancy, it helps in getting rid of PCOD, but not only pregnancy. Good lifestyle, diet, your exercise, your routine will help you to get rid of the PCOD.
All right. I
Okay.
guess the question is answered. Yeah, Dr. Arif, please continue.
Okay, so now comes the lifestyle management, the hot topic, and the lifestyle disease management. These are two different aspects of the same problem. So lifestyle management means you are just focusing on your lifestyle even before you are getting some sort of lifestyle diseases. Okay, so you start observing yourself, you start correcting your lifestyle from an early stage. So that means you are managing your lifestyle pretty well, and you are trying to make a model out of you. Okay. Now, when we talk about the lifestyle disease management, that is something very much different. That is, you are already having a problem, like you are having diabetes or you are having the PCOD, and you are having maybe some other cancers, and now you are trying to manage it with using these lifestyle different interventions, lifestyle interventions. So these two are different. So when we talk about this lifestyle management, the problem is when to start focusing on a lifestyle and your idea of managing your lifestyle. Is there any golden rule, or is there any sweet spot to kick in? Okay, we need to think about that. So you can start your lifestyle management even at your in your childhood, at your adolescence age, then the middle age or the old age. Any age you can begin it, but the earlier the better. That's the key word in lifestyle. Okay, because when we talk about the urban and the rural difference in lifestyle diseases, we can see that almost all the people who are diagnosed with PCOS, they were having some sort of childhood obesity. Okay, and even when you look at the statistics in India, the number of obesity, the obese people in India is more in Punjab and then in Kerala. Okay, these are the two states. One is wholly dependent upon one wheat, and the second one is wholly dependent upon rice. Okay, so these are the two places in India. So you can think about it. What is the exact problem? Not only the diet, there are many other problems. Okay, so the right age at which you can start focusing on your lifestyle is your childhood itself. So the parents can guide their children, never binge on the fast food, your KFC, the McD, and all sort of these kind of what do you say, commercial products, commercial food items, and packed food items. Better we go for whole foods, which are containing much better complex carbohydrates. That is much better for your health and is going to help you in the long run. So childhood is the best time for starting to focus on the lifestyle management. Then comes adolescent age, and the old age and after, the middle age. These are the times when you will be trying to focus on your lifestyle after getting to know that you are diagnosed with some kind of problem, maybe PCOS or maybe diabetes. Okay, after 30s or after 40s, you are prone to many diseases. I told you earlier, this is the disease of longevity. The longer you live, you are prone to lifestyle diseases because we have the genetic makeup that is constantly dividing, and the cellular division is continuously progressing. And this continuity is leading us to many problems, and especially the cellular senility, that is, the cellular aging is increasing, prone to cancers. Okay, so aging is a natural process. We cannot control it presently, but there are some projects under Google and some other big shots out there. They are trying to increase our age up to 420 years. I don't know how when they are going to make it. Anyway, these are the ideas behind their technology driven project.
Anil Kapoor and Rekha ji are the
Brand ambassadors.
yeah. They are
Okay.
the first people who are enrolled in this program, I guess.
Yeah, even
They're
anybody
not
हाँ,
can
aging at
who
all.
enroll.
better than them?
Okay, so in the urban, when we talk about this urban and the rural difference, in the urban setup, earlier we told about the affluency. So the better the people earn, they are prone to binge on these kind of fast food. Then they are more prone to an inactive life. Okay, they will be confined to their flats or their rooms even, and that is getting more trouble for them. Okay, so that's one reason. Now, so what should be the goal? If you are eyeing for a lifestyle modification or a management, what should be the goal? We cannot, if a person is not obese, he cannot make that I'm going to lose my weight. That's not going to be a goal for him. But for a lifestyle management to begin, it's not necessary that he should be overweight or he should be having some problem. Even a healthy person can start managing his lifestyle. So the
Right.
goal, the simple keyword or the simple word for that is a low risk lifestyle. So we are creating a low risk profile for ourselves, just like a defensive driving technique. That is, we are trying to avoid a major mishap or an accident by modifying our driving skills by observing the right distance, observing the right speed limits, and all those things, and even maintaining the vehicle properly. That
Yeah.
means you are taking a different approach to increase your longevity while driving. The same way, when you are living, even at your childhood, even when you are at your adolescent age, you can begin this goal, that is to lead a low risk lifestyle. So that includes the diet, the exercise, the weight control, the stress management, the substance abuse control. That means the alcoholism and the smoking and any other substances, and even the proper sleep patterns. Usually, what happened to me personally is that when I was studying in the college, uh, we were not aware of all these things, and I was coming from a village background. So even before learning about these lifestyle problems and lifestyle diseases, what happened to me as a person is that I was totally out of control with my sleeping pattern. Okay, I used to sleep at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like that, and usually because of we were bound to study for our exams and all. So
Right.
that became a normal habit for me, that to sleep at 2 or 1 o'clock, and it was almost impossible for me to sleep at 10, even if there was nothing to do, because that was a pattern for myself. And we can say that there's no problem in it, because for some people it's like that. Their sleep, the biological clock might be adjusted to that manner, that they can adjust to that sleep pattern. But still, that can make you sick in the long run. So it's better that you consider yourselves as a computer which requires a restart or a shutdown period very often. So you need to close it down for some sort of rest for your brain, because your brain is your CPU. It's constantly working, so it requires some sort of readjustments. The hormonal levels should be brought back to the normal levels, and especially the cortisol levels. Okay, the cortisol hormone is called the stress hormone. So when you are constantly getting stressed out in your job scenario, or uh, in your marital life or anywhere, this can keep your cortisol level constantly high, which can induce some problems like hypertension and many other problems. Even that can lead to weight gain. So that's the problem. So
Every
the
use case discussed today is, I feel, targeted towards me. Like when
no,
Dr.
no, no.
Arif was saying that you need more than 4-5 hours sleep, I was literally feeling कि सबको how are you like
No.
all the use cases are targeting me. How is that possible?
भाई लेना भी चाहिए तुझे पर्सनली, क्योंकि अगर तेरी लाइफस्टाइल सही नहीं है तो ये आज का
नहीं नहीं
सेशन तेरे लिए
नहीं
बहुत
like
इंपॉर्टेंट है।
so
तो
okay, so for everyone
Two
who's
things.
listening, I am taking it as a personal attack, but it's not a personal attack. It's
अटैक
some
नहीं है ये
अरे मैं वही कह रहा हूँ,
ये
it's not
अटैक
a
नहीं है,
it's not a
ये
it's not a personal attack. It's
तेरी
something which is
भलाई के लिए कहा जा रहा है।
it is a realization for me that it's high time for me to
Yeah, it's
change my
a moment
lifestyle.
of epiphany for you.
Yeah, wide eyes
Okay.
You
open.
ask Dr. Arif. It's my question to you, Dr. Hussain. At what time you sleep?
Myself. That's
Yeah.
what I was about to tell you. The second part of the whole story. Two things. Yeah, two things which we are usually so wrong about. That is about the amount of water which we should drink, and the sleep pattern.
Okay.
What I have found and what I have researched and found out is that there's no hard rules that you should drink 3 liters of water a day or 5 liters of water a day. There's no such rules. Okay, your thirst center is present in your brain, in your hypothalamus, and there is a whole mechanism which regulates it. So if you are thirsty, you will drink water. Okay, there's no need that you need to store water in your body, because there is no storage mechanism. We are not like a camel which carries a hump on its back so that it can utilize the water when it's short of water. That's not going to happen with the human body, because for us, water is our evolutionary history is like that. Because whenever we are feeling thirsty, we will forage for it, and we'll find out a spring or even a river to drink water. So that's how we are evolved. So so when you ask about how much water one person should drink, that's just depending upon your work, your level of activity, your level of sweating, perspiration, then your level of thirst. The body knows, the homeostasis we call it, that body can control itself, just like Shivam is controlling this whole meeting.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
Dr. Hussain.
Yeah.
You tell me, if somebody is suffering from renal calculi, and in Delhi will be hitting 0 or 5 between this temperature, and he is drinking less than 200 ml of water. So is this permissible?
Why is he drinking less? That's a problem.
He is not feeling thirsty. Hypothalamus in this freezing cold of 2 degree or 3 degree, body is not asking for water, but he is
That's
suffering
a,
from renal calculi.
yeah, that's a major misconception, because we usually think that is dehydration happens only in a hot climate. Okay, dehydration happens more than in a hot climate in a winter season. Okay, you can see that very well, because have you ever experienced cracking your lips in a summer? You can see that happening very easily in a winter season. Why is that? Okay, so the people who lives in a winter region, they should be trained properly, and they should be educated regarding how they should manage their hydration, that is their level of drinking. Okay, so then they will have to. Often, what happens is during winter season, they won't feel hungry. Okay, even the thirst and hunger, both these things could be interrelated, and we can mistake it for thirst, could be mistaken for hunger. Even that can happen. So whenever we feel like thirsty, we can go and take some snacks, and we can still feel the thirst is gone. So we should make ourselves known. That's the specialty of a human mind or a human brain, that we have the capacity to learn. So we should learn ourselves. We should make us learn that winter is something which is going to make much more harm than you are in a winter in a summer. So that's an important part. Then
So
coming to
there's
the
a tip for you, Shivam. There's a tip for you. You can ask
even
boss for a
yeah
next
even
session how to take care of yourself in winters.
even this can happen when you are constantly working under the air conditioner in an air conditioned room, and if the temperature it is set between 25 to 22 to 25. That's the best temperature. The ideal temperature is 24 or 25, not
Right.
below that. Okay, so
मेरे पास भी एक टिप है शिवम के लिए,
uh-huh.
सर्दियों में स्पेशली डिहाइड्रेशन से बचने के लिए ब्रो, ओल्ड मॉन्क में ना थोड़ा पानी ज्यादा डालना।
Man,
ठीक है।
I knew he's gonna come to this point.
ठीक
अरे
है तो
The
पानी
moment
कम
मुझे
डालेगा,
लगा
the
पानी कम
moment winter
डालेगा तो
conversation was coming, I knew
अरे
Anurag is
this
gonna land
alcohol,
up on the same.
सी अब
yeah,
डॉक्टर
you can take
हुसैन
a bath.
एग्रीज यार,
You can
डॉक्टर
take a
हुसैन
bath as
एग्रीज।
well, Shivam. You can take a bath as well in winter, Shivam. At
yeah,
least
that's an
once a
important
day.
thing because you know alcohol and the more sugars you take, the more salt you take, you will require more water
Nah, true
because
that.
all these things are dehydrating agents. Okay, they will draw out the intracellular fluid. Okay, so you are going to lose more fluid from your blood, from your tissues. So you will be dehydrated when you drink more alcohol or more sugar or
I
more salty things. So we usually say those who eat more sugar, more salt will drink more water. You know that.
nah,
So
I'm a
that
sweets fan, so I'm taking proper sweets and I'm taking
ah
proper
जेडी
water.
बर्बन, he
that
loves bourbon।
yeah that is
Bourbon
coming.
biscuit.
Yeah, that is
बर्बन
coming.
बिस्किट नहीं, ये बर्बन विस्की पसंद है
Khair,
इनको,
Dr.
ये
Hussain
जेडी
was saying
ज्यादा पीते
something.
हैं।
Yeah, Arif, please, sir. Dr. Arif, sir, please continue.
Yeah, to the sweets I am coming. So before that, let's complete about this sleep.
Sure.
So just the way we talked about this, your drinking,
Right.
your fluid intake, the same way we can assess how you sleep. Because the goal is that there's no hard fast rule that you should go to sleep at 10 and you should wake up at 6. There's nothing like that. But the thing is, you should sleep at least 7 to 8 hours, or at least you feel comfortable, you feel refreshed in the morning after getting up. If you are sleeping for 8 hours and if still you are not refreshed in the morning, that means your sleep is not enough. So you will have to find some off days, or you will have to take a voluntary off from your job just for sleeping.
I have a
Okay.
question here for Dr. Arif.
Yeah.
I will not allow you to move forward.
Today is
People, those
Shivam's
who are
day.
working for the night shift, people, those who are working for the night shift, they're coming 4 in the morning and using their phone for like 2 hours on the bed, and they're sleeping at 6 and waking up at the 12 or 1 in the afternoon. Why they are likely to suffer more from gastritis then? Gastric issues, gastric troubles. Why?
Yeah, that's
They
totally
are
depend
taking
upon
7 hours sleep, they feel refreshed, still they have more
the
stomach upset. Why
yeah,
then?
yeah. When you sleep, there are certain things which you should take into consideration because sleeping doesn't mean that you are just lying on your bed and you are just closing your eyes. That's not the sleep. Sleep has three different stages. You should pass through all these three stages. Then only that sleep gets completed. Okay. Otherwise, what happens is you will feel like you are not completely, uh, you are not refreshed after the sleep. Okay. And coming to this gastritis and all, if this same person is not properly taking the food at right time, and if he is not taking the proper kind of food, the quality, that is also one reason why he can get this kind of problem. It's not always the lack of sleep that is getting this gastritis. Even a stress can get you these kind of problems, the gastritis, even the Crohn's disease kind of problems that can trigger these kind of conditions. So those people who are working in night shifts, they should take care of their sleep location. That should be dark enough to make your body feel that it's a night. Okay, you should be free from your blue screens, that is mobile screens and the TV screens. If just before going to the bed or going to the sleep, if you are focusing on your mobile too much, that blue light that can give more strain to your eyes, and your sleep might be disturbed. So you won't be getting the right kind of the good quality sleep. So screens, the mobile screens, the digital screens, that's a major obstacle for a quality sleep. So you should take care of that. I think we can move forward. Anything on this?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the question that Shivam was asking, that is there any shortcut? Okay. So I think it's easier to answer this question than answering that. That is whether the chicken or the egg, which came first. it's easier to answer this than
Yeah.
answering, is there any shortcut for your lifestyle management? Because there is no shortcuts. But you look at the paper, you look at the advertisements, you look at the whole internet, you can see a lot of things, shortcuts, quick fixes for managing your lifestyle. Some OTC products are there, some companies are offering some powders which you can
Right.
take every morning. And one packet of powder might be costing $1,000. So
Yeah.
that's how they try to market it. So there are a lot of things uh, which is trying to infiltrate into this scenario and trying to grab the market. So this is the way how this pseudo scientific concepts and the pseudoscience, the people who are behind that, they are coming into play. Because whenever there is a lack of explanation or a lack of clarity, why we are having this lack of clarity is not because we are not having the right answers. It's because it's a new field, because the non-communicable disease that is getting noticed in this 21st century. Okay, because now only we are getting these kind of diseases more prominent, more frequently after the industrial revolution and after the agricultural revolution. Because the more we started eating, the more grains that we are taking in, the more problems that we started getting. Okay, so that's the reason. So, and one example is this I can give. Dr. Anum was telling that insulin resistance is one reason why we are getting a lot of problems.
Right.
So even this insulin resistance and the weight gain or the obesity and the type 2 diabetes, these things are interconnected. So still the problem, it's a major conundrum, that is which comes first, whether the insulin resistance comes first or the weight gain. So
Right.
actually, it's not still resolved. This question is still unanswered, but that doesn't mean that we are not having any clear cut idea. We are having an idea, but the answer is not fixed. That's all. Okay, so the major problem or the major idea which we have right now is that the excessive carbohydrate consumption, the aloo paratha, okay, and the kind of farinaceous food, the carbohydrates which we are binging on, the all these kind of biscuits and all sort of things, and these are the things which is going to make us uh, prone to these kind of lifestyle disorders. So this is one just example. And now the question with us is this, that is the PCOS, the polycystic ovarian disorder, or the syndrome. Here also, these two conditions, that is obesity and insulin resistance, these are coming into play. So Dr. Anum has clearly explained how this insulin resistance is coming into play, but the same way obesity is also playing. So that means if you take out the total number of PCOS cases, you can find that more than 60% of the cases are obese. They are above the body, the normal body weight. That is, the BMI will be above 30. So that's the level which we take for assessing the obesity level. Okay, so that means what? So the question is this: whether obesity came first, or the insulin resistance came first, or the PCOS came first. All these are interconnected. We cannot take one thing out and we cannot say that, okay, this is your reason. It's not possible. So this is the main reason why we cannot give a simple solution or a simple shortcut for managing the problem. We cannot give a simple diet for PCOS. We cannot just depend upon a diet and tell the patient that, okay, you just take this and you are going to be better. We cannot say that, because we need to address all these things. Okay, if you are PCOS patient, the chances are high that you will be having insulin resistance and you will be prone to diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and you are prone to obesity, and you are prone to hypothyroidism, and you are prone to depression, and you are prone to infertility. So that goes on. The chain is like that. So this is the problem. So we have an outline of PCOS, that is insulin resistance and all these things. And other than that, we have the cosmetic problems, the hirsutism, that is the facial hair growth, the body hairs in a male pattern hair growth in a female. That means hirsutism. And we have the balding problem for a female. Okay, the males have this not having a mustache. That means he's also having a problem. His androgen level is a little low. That's the reason. So that's the way how we assess these hormonal levels. Basically, we define PCOS as a endocrine problem. Okay, and the problem is still on that whether PCOS is a lifestyle disease or not. That is one another question. But for time being, we are considering this PCOS as a lifestyle disease, and that's how we are moving forward. Okay. So now comes our diet. We are nearing our end part. So this is a very concise idea for any patient, for any PCOS patient, who can take it down, and they can depend on this. And it's not a big deal, because usually what happens with the diet is that whenever the patient comes to us and they start asking about, doctor, we need a diet, and we will be sitting with a paper with a diet plan which has in the morning you take this half cup, this 2 cup, like that, and for the lunch you take this like that. We will be giving a exhaustive list for them, and they will be paying us, and they'll be going back to home, and they are happy that they got a big list of things which they are supposed to take, and they are happy with that, because they things like, okay, I'm having a big problem, and I'm going to do this. It's just like the men joining the gym, okay, the gymnasiums. Okay, I have joined more than 5 or 6 gyms, and I have never stick to one, because that's not possible, because there will be always a honeymoon period with any sort of treatment.
Right.
So the patient, when takes this list and goes to his home, there is every chance that he's not going to stick with that diet plan for not more than 1 month or 2 months. So after this honeymoon period, what's going to happen is that he's going back to his earlier diet which he was used to. All those idli, chapati, paratha, aloo paratha, all these things in the morning. He might be taking 5 paratha or 4 paratha, and he'll be telling and coming to the doctor that, doctor, I'm eating too less, and still I'm not losing the weight. That's what he's telling. He's not thinking how rich food he's taking. Okay, the richness or the calorie density, that's not coming to their mind. So that's the main point here. That is calorie density. Okay, whatever food you take, please ensure that it is low in calorie density. So what are the examples? The best examples are the fruits and vegetables. Okay, you can take 1 kg of carrots, still you won't gain any weight, but you cannot take potato the same way. If you take potato the same way as you are taking the carrots, you are prone to gain the weight. So that's the difference. So when you take a potato and when you take a carrot, you need to think about its content, the calorie content. So which is more dense in calorie. If it's low, you can take it. If it's high, just avoid it. Okay, that's the simple logic, because I'm not here to give a list of food items or a list of diet which you can you make a habit. It's not going to happen. That's what we usually see. That's why I'm telling this way. So then the high calorie density foods like pastries, the sweets, which our sweet Shivam is so fond of, you need to cut that. Okay, sweets and high fat cakes and fries and pastries is very dangerous, because these are the food items which are high in calorie density. So please be careful about that. That's the third point. Now the fourth point is good protein content, because your body needs good protein. Okay, some of the amino acids, they are essential and non-essential. Non-essentials are it is manufactured from our body itself, but these essential amino acids, we will have to take it from outside. Okay, so good protein content, and the best protein and the cheapest protein is egg and fish. Maybe your North Indians are not getting the fish of that good quality. In Kerala, we are having abundance of good fish. So you can think of taking fish. Now this is not a big problem, because we get good fish even in our supermarkets. Okay, so, and the last point is this, the complex carbohydrates, that is again fruits and vegetables. So these are the key points which any person who is suffering from any lifestyle disease, not only PCOS, any lifestyle diseases, or even if you are healthy and if you are focused in managing your lifestyle to avoid a major problem or to lead a low risk life. Okay, so these are the main diet points. So before going to exercise, I think we can go into some questions that
Yeah,
our
so
viewers are
Dr.
asking.
Arif, we have two
Yeah.
questions for you.
Okay.
Preeti has asked to how to readjust the sleep pattern, because if you sleep
Mm-hmm.
through 2 3 a.m. and
Mm-hmm.
getting up after 6 8 hours, it's not possible to sleep early the next day or
Mm-hmm.
on time. So the
Mm-hmm.
point is, if you get up late in the morning, how to then maintain again your sleeping pattern.
Mm-hmm. Um, from an Indian cultural perspective, there is a big problem here in India. That is, getting up late means we have committed some great sin. That's a big problem in India. If a person gets up at 8, that means he's a loser. That's how we have put ourselves since all these years. Actually, there's nothing like that. So, timing your sleep or spacing your job and your activity hours, that requires a close attention to your lifestyle or the person who is asking that. That is, if he is able to sleep early, and if there is no other job for him, or if there is no other reason to stay awake, it's better that he go to sleep. Okay. And if he is not able to do that, and if he is only able to sleep by 1 o'clock, okay, please make it sure that you at least sleep for 7 hours or 8 hours or until he feels refreshed in the morning. Let it be 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, that doesn't matter. But the thing is, it shouldn't be affecting your lifestyle. Like it shouldn't be getting you late to your office, or it shouldn't be letting you not making the breakfast for your kids. That's not the point here. And even you must teach your kids to cook their breakfast their own from an early age itself, because that's the key point which can make everybody's life happier by being self-dependent.
Right.
It's a bad habit that we should always depend upon the mother or depend upon the spouse or the wife for our breakfast and all. I usually cook my own. Usually, uh, if I'm not at my wife's home, so that's something which we should learn from our early childhood.
Like the stream is disconnected. Just a moment. Like, yeah, we can resume now.
Okay.
Okay, so just to add on what Dr. Hussain said regarding time management and resetting your sleep cycle. So like the kind of issues that I was facing a few months back, my mobile phone itself helped me out a lot. So in your
Mhm.
mobile these days, every Android or iPhone will have this feature, and it's a free feature available on your mobile where you can just check the kind of apps that you are constantly using, your screen time,
Mhm.
and like there's a new feature on YouTube as well where you can set your sleep time on YouTube.
Yeah.
So like I have set my sleep time at 12 midnight. So after 12, when I open YouTube, it will show me that it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
So it
True.
will not run any videos on that unless until I click on snooze or exit. So it
Yeah.
gives me a notification, because at the end of the day, no doctor, no nutritionist can help you. They can't come to your home and make you do things. So at the end of the day, these kind of small things can really help you to get better at your time management and your sleep management. So you can
Yeah.
try it out, check your mobile settings, and you can go on YouTube, put in your timer there, sleep timer. And there are so many other things that you can also do. I guess, I mean, this helped me out a lot, and
Yeah.
this
Absolutely.
actually helped me to cut down at least a couple of hours from what I used to sleep. So
Yeah.
that helped me out. Maybe that can help you out as well.
Yeah, this is very important, and it's a absolute fact that which you have told right now. Uh, and we need to, instead of cursing and instead of trying to demonizing all these gadgets, we should try to make it a part of our life. Okay, how to live with it. Okay, demonizing it or trying to make it as an evil in our lives, like always criticizing the mobiles for everything that happens with us, it's not going to help us anymore, because we can see right now itself, that is, uh, until 2020 we were always saying that the kids are always with the mobiles,
Right.
and we were trying to we were trying to drive them out. Now what's happening? Now we are trying to put them in front of the mobile. Okay, so
So true.
that's the transformation. So we need to uh, learn how to live with these gadgets. Or it's a kind of a gadget management. Maybe we will have to think about
Yeah.
that. Social media management, many things are there. Even one
So
another aspect of this notifications and the smart watches and all, which I have experienced, is that in my practice, I once I had suggested this smart watch to one of my patients, and he was using that. So what happened with him was that he got so obsessed with this sleep time and his smartwatch, is that he started getting up in the middle of the night and started looking at his watch and his mobile to check how many hours has he slept. So, so this too can happen. This is called an OCD. So he was not able to control himself. Okay, so he was getting too obsessed with that. That also can lead to a problem. So again, this gadget management, that's the key point here. So we need to learn that. Okay, so we need to learn all these gadgets, the artificial intelligence, the technical discoveries, all these things which we need to incorporate in our life. We can even set the light bulbs. One important thing is that is we usually keep our indoor lights very bright. That is, usually what is required is the warm light. Okay, but how many of our homes is having this warm light in our bedroom? Most of our homes will be having this tube light, which is so bright, white light.
yeah.
Okay, that is very dangerous, very much damaging to our eyes, our sleep pattern and all. So if you are more serious into this lifestyle management and all, the first thing which you can do is to change your bulb and set it with some smart bulb, so that you can set the timer so that it will go at a set
Right.
time. Okay, you can do that. Okay, all these things are interconnected. You can try anyway. So we, as a doctor or as a nutrition expert or as a wellness expert, what we can do is just preach all these things. We cannot come to every home and just make every person do all these things. It's not possible. If you pay us, we'll give you the sermon, and we are ready to help you with the ideas. But it's not about doing the things. We cannot fix the things. Okay, we can just give the clues. That's all. So I think any other questions
Yeah.
from the
So two things first. So when we were saying na, that you should sleep on time, take a proper sleep, I was remembering one of the jokes of Abhishek Upamanyu, that he says to his father that dad, I'm having a cancer, and his father replies, तुम सुबह उठ के तो देखो यार, तुम्हारा कैंसर भी ठीक हो जाएगा. So it's kind of a myth which is revolving around in the society, that if you early to bed, early to rise, make a unhealthy wealthy wise. Yes, it's somehow true, but what's more important is that you take a nap which after which you
refreshes
feel
you.
refreshed. That's
Yeah,
more important. That the sleep
that's
pattern,
what.
the sleep cycle should be enough to make you feel refreshed. The last
That's
question is, my girlfriend wants to lose just on the basis of diet and no exercise. Is it possible and healthy?
It's
ये
better
शिवम,
to.
तुम्हारी गर्लफ्रेंड की बात हो रही है, किसकी गर्लफ्रेंड की बात हो रही है?
यार, how can I reply to the same? मतलब मेरा इस नाम से चैनल नहीं है चैट में. मैं नहीं हूँ वो. मैं बेकसूर हूँ.
और तूने स्टार्ट किया ना माई गर्लफ्रेंड, तो मैंने बोला भाई किसकी
नहीं, the
गर्लफ्रेंड?
person has asked my girlfriend wants to lose. I would have asked it personally with Dr. Arif. Like, my girlfriend wants to lose it.
Okay,
पर्सनली
so
क्यों
there
यार,
are
तुम बताओ, हद हो रहे हो, जो सीक्रेटिव हो रहे हो तुम, है?
there
चिल्ला
are
चिल्ला
no
के सबको
shortcuts.
नाम बता दे.
Okay, there are
बिल्कुल.
no shortcuts. And even this is one reason why we tend to differentiate between the rural and urban population. Because
Right.
in urban setup, there are better chances for the people to go for exercise, for walking and all.
Yes.
Okay. But for a rural area or in a very traditional family, it's very difficult for them to come out and go for a jogging in the morning. It's not going to happen in a village. So you can see a lot of people running or walking in the cities, but not in the village. So this is also a problem. So if your girlfriend or the woman in your family is from a village, uh, tell them to get used to some sort of exercise. Why this person might be asking, apart from exercise, means the situation might not be helpful for doing an exercise.
Yeah.
May not be favorable for that. And even exercise, there is one problem also. That is, if the person is very heavy, more than 100 kg or 120 kg, and if he tries to run a marathon one fine morning, that is going to injure him. Okay, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and many other joint disabilities and the joint pains. All these things can happen. So always start slow with 20 to 30 minutes exercise and a low range activities like just walking or just climbing the steps, some simple exercises like that, and then slowly shift to a 30 to 60 minutes daily exercise pattern, which is a little more the next level or the second degree exercise, a little more heavier or a little more with weight, added weights, etc. So that's how you can improve upon your exercise pattern, and you can even break it down into 10-minute sessions, okay, and take a little intervals in between so that you get proper rest as well. And it's not that I'm telling about the gymnasium, going to the gymnasium. Okay, so weight training, that requires much rest for you to build the muscles properly, because it's during that resting period the muscles will be getting built up. Okay, so you need the proper rest. So if you are, we are not talking about that. We are not talking about bodybuilding. We are talking about the lifestyle exercise intervention. So for that, what we require is a daily basis, normal exercise, which you can do on a daily basis, which is not going to hurt you, which is not going to give you some pains. Okay, so that usual word that there is no pain, no gain, that's not going to work here. Okay, no pain, the better. Damage yourself. So that's a wrong idea here. Okay, so that's it. So be safe, and the best age to start the exercise, there's nothing like that. Any age you can start, even at your 99th age, you can do it. So that can give you better stability and better muscle tone, and that will improve even your posture and all those things. So it's better that you do the exercise whenever you can do, at any age. There's no age is not at all a factor. Okay, and the common examples for exercise it's given here: swimming, jogging, treadmills, and all those type of. Even if you are living in an apartment and if you are not able to go in the winter out or in a rainy season, even you can use your staircase. If you are living in a 10-story, the stairs up and down, maybe 10 or 15 times with 10 minutes rest. That's okay. That's a rest for you. Okay. So these are some examples, and this is a kind of healthy eating plate. Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
Healthy eating plate. Okay, so this is the kind of plate which you should focus on. That is, it's a plate is getting divided into four. So the highest portion, the major portion will be with vegetables. Then we need fruits. Then we need whole grains, and then healthy protein. And the normal amount of protein is 1 gram per kilogram weight of the body weight. So if you are 60 kg, you require 60 gram of protein. Okay, so that means you can take 2 eggs, 2 boiled eggs, or any. Okay, that's more than enough.
I have a question.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know whether it is a myth. Eating eggs for a girl suffering from PCOD, is it okay or not? Or is it a myth not to eat eggs in PCOD?
It's a myth, actually. Okay, because usually the people used to say that this chicken is given some hormones to gain the weight, so that it's ready for the market so fast. So there are some allegations like that, but there is no evidence for that. That's what we have seen. So actually the problem is the sugar content. The person might be taking egg with sweet bread along with some other sweets or some other aloo
butter
paratha.
jam and all
Butter
those
jam,
things.
sauces, or anything like that.
And the blame goes onto the egg.
Right.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
How many eggs are permissible?
On a normal daily basis, a person can take normally 2 eggs a day. That's more than enough. Okay. And Dr. Anum, please don't stay silent. You can intervene in between. Okay.
No, I'm enjoying actually. I'm learning.
Okay. So this is the healthy eating plate, which you can see here. That vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Okay. Now exercise, we have already talked about it. So, and coming to this, the different fad diets, the fashion diets, we call it. So usually the patients come to us and they'll be asking about, doctor, can we go with the keto diet? Can we go with this Atkins diets or many paleo diet, then fruit diet, then many diets are. Even you might be knowing this LCHF diet. Have you heard about that? LCHF diet?
No, I
Low
haven't.
carb, yeah,
Low
LC, low carbohydrate,
and
high
fat.
fat.
High fat.
Yeah, so that's a mode of keto dieting. That means
Hmm.
the percentage of carbohydrate will be way too less. You can look at this. Here we can see the whole grain portion. We'll eliminate that. We'll eliminate the fruits, and that three-fourths of that plate will be filled with fats. Okay, and that's how the LCHF is going to play. And the problem with that is the person will be binging on fried meats, then eggs, maybe half a kg of fat is taken a day almost, up to 1 kg.
डॉक्टर अनम एक क्वेश्चन था जो मैंने सुना है मे बी इट्स अ मिसकंसेप्शन तो उसमें ये होता है कि पीपल से दैट व्हेन यू आर ऑन अ होम्योपैथी मेडिसिन तो उसमें कुछ परहेज करना पड़ता है आपको डाइट से रिलेटेड और कुछ ऐसा करना पड़ता है तो अगर अब हम बात करते हैं टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस प्लेट दैट डॉक्टर हुसैन इज शोइंग
Yeah.
सो हाउ इज इट लाइक उसमें कुछ परहेज करना पड़ेगा क्या करना पड़ेगा लाइक अगर कोई होम्योपैथी मेडिसिन ले रहा है पीसीओडी के लिए या पीसीओएस के लिए तो इस तरह उसमें कुछ ऐसा होता है क्या कि परहेज करना पड़ता है डाइट से रिलेटेड
This question only Dr. Anam can answer
या
because I'm not
दैट्स फॉर हर
practicing.
ओनली दैट्स फॉर हर ओनली
Okay.
या
Okay, I'll tell you. See, homeopathic medicines which we prescribe, which we administer, they are in very small material quantity, more of dynamic. Matlab, it's very much different from allopathic medicine. 100 uh, paracetamol, 100 dolo 650. That means in mg. But in homeopathy, potencies are like 30, 200, 1000. The more higher we go to the potency or the power, the material quantity goes less. Now
Okay.
the comes parhez. So why to play the riddles? Parhez means pyaz, lasan. We come to the onion, garlic, perfumes,
Is
mehendi.
it, Dr. Anam, is it containing nanoparticles?
We'll talk about this. Don't pull this topic here, boss. Please.
Okay. We'll have
We'll
a
have a
separate
different
debate on
session
that.
later. I promise. I'll be there. I'll be there. So, but the onion, garlic, and they have in a material quantity. So, in my opinion, there's no such parhez with homeopathic medicine unless if your doctor asks you to avoid coffee because coffee itself is a medicine in homeopathy. Camphor is a medicine in homeopathy. So if the whatever medicine XYZ patient doctor is giving to the patient and doctors know that doctor know that coffee antidotes that medicine or camphor antidote that medicine, doctor will let you know. Else there is no such parhez of taking homeopathic medicine. What you need to do is some medicines act good in the early morning before brushing. Some medicines they act good while bedtime. So doctor will tell you how to administer it. And yes, the homeopathic medicine starts working as soon as you take it on their tongue, on your tongue. So 10 minutes before after you need not to take eat anything. That's it. Rest I never ask my patient. Yes, the restriction, the food restrictions I give to my patients is whole and soul depend upon their lifestyle. So definitely, if they are suffering from diabetes mellitus, I ask them to stop all the refined carbohydrates and sugar. So
Yeah,
only restriction is according to the disease.
one more
Okay.
question to I guess Dr.
One,
Hussain only.
one second.
Yeah, sure.
1 second. Yeah, being an ex-homeopath, I have something to add to this point. That is, when I was practicing homeopathy, people used to come with this problem. Not only PCOS, but with all these kind of lifestyle problems. So during that time, as Dr. Anam was telling in the beginning, that I used to treat with zero medicines. That is curing sans medicines, I call it. Okay, curing without medicine. So that's a very interesting area. In that case, what I used to do is that all the lifestyle managements and the The interventions will be given to them, and they will be taking whatever medicines that they are used to. Maybe they are taking some hormone pills, or maybe they are taking some antihypertensives or the anti-diabetes pills. I'm not going to intervene in that. They will be taking all those medicines, and extra medicinal interventions like the lifestyle modification, and that is going to help. So what I have learned from my practice is that it's almost 80 to 90% the lifestyle intervention that is going to help them more than the medicines. So that's what I feel. I have felt in my practice. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question, please.
Yeah, the question is from Aishwarya that I am on keto and trying to lose weight, but I miss carbs. Are carbs really that bad? How long can I actually be on high protein and high fat diet?
Yeah, keto diet.
Yeah.
Actually, keto diet is advised in some patients who are more prone to some kind of lifestyle problems, especially hypertension and this obesity. Okay, so and two, three things which we need to take into consideration is that we cannot continue this keto dieting indefinitely. It has certain fixed time intervals, and we should clearly follow that. Otherwise, it's going to hurt you, because cutting this carbohydrates, there's no clear scientific evidence that it is going to help you in the long run. Because the moment you start taking this carbohydrates after finishing this diet, all the lost weight is going to come back as early as possible. That is maybe in the next 6 months or maybe in the 1 year. So the prime goal is to continue a healthy lifestyle choice, which includes exercise, diet, and a portion control. That is what I'm going to tell you the next. That is the amount of food what we are taking in. Okay, the portion, the way we saw the plate in the previous slide. That's the major aspect which we need to consider when talking about this diet and all. So the keto diet, it is helpful so for some people, but not for all. And cutting down these carbohydrates, it is not having that much evidence to say that it is going to help for 100% guarantee. There's nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah, much clear. Okay. Yeah, we can continue with the next
slide. Okay, so the point is this: there is no quick herbs that is going to help you. There's no herbal mixtures or herbal potions which can help you to lose weight. There's nothing like that. There's no fat burners. Fat burning is the fad word these days, because everywhere you look in the internet, you will be seeing some fat burning products, OTC products. It's not going to help you. There's nothing like that. Okay, there is no evidence to show that this product is going to burn your fat. But there are some medications, like some approved medications, which is taken as part of your medicinal management of lifestyle disorders, like in an obese person, or in a PCOD patient, or in a diabetic patient, like for example, the metformin, the tablet which we usually take for diabetes. It is going to increase your insulin sensitivity, and thereby increasing the fat utilization, and thereby reducing the blood glucose level. That's one way by which you can improve your lifestyle. But that's not a OTC product. That is purely given by a prescription by a trained doctor, by a specialist. Not all doctors can prescribe that. So that's how it is done. So there are no fat burners, and there are no fat diets. Okay, fancy diets or crash courses for losing your weight. You can experience losing weight, and the higher your weight is, the more chance that you will be experiencing a faster reduction. So if you are 90 kg and you are trying to reduce your weight, you won't see much difference. But if you are 120 kg and you are trying to reduce your weight, you will be seeing much difference, because the higher the weight, the rate will be a little more faster, but that comes to a point where that will be plateauing, and beyond that, the difference might not be that much conspicuous. So that's the problem. So there are no fat diets for that. And finally, there are no shortcuts. Okay. And in between, when it's about the keto diet, what I have seen in the people who are more doing with this keto dieting or any dieting is that mainly they will be experiencing some deficiencies, especially these vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin B12, zinc, magnesium, folic acid, and protein deficiency, then some iron deficiency. All these things can happen. So this might not be experienced in a very conspicuous manner, but you will experience like your hair is falling out. Okay, so that's one reason why you are following a diet and your hair fall is increasing. That means there's some sort of deficiency going on, and the major reason might be a protein deficiency or iron deficiency. That's the main reason, or even zinc deficiency. Your skin can age faster if you are on a diet for so long, especially these kind of keto dieting and all. So we need to take care of that. Okay, and when you are deficient of this vitamin D and vitamin B12, even you are prone to some other diseases. Okay, some lifestyle diseases are going to happen just because of these kind of deficiencies. So this is one point which I would like to add at this point. So finally, if still you need a shortcut, this is that shortcut, mind control. Control your mind. Whenever you see uh, MACD or a 5 aloo paratha, just take one aloo paratha from that. Okay, whenever you are given with unlimited rice choice in a biryani, just go with what you want. Just control the portion. Okay, whenever you are presented with 5 ice creams, just take one out of that. Okay, the number and the quantity and the portion, that is the key simple reason or the aspect which can make you healthier and to help you attain your low risk life goals. Okay, to lead a low risk life. So that's the key point, that is to control your mind.
I have a question.
Yeah, now it's your time. And
Yeah.
thank you for the time.
I,
Okay.
I have a question. Many of the male patients, they come and they say that excessive masturbation, it causes them reducing the weight. So is it a myth or it is correct? Excessive
It's
masturbation?
it's a myth. There are a lot of myths like that.
Okay.
Starting late, uh, sleeping from late, then taking this many other things. There are a lot of myths in this area. That's what I was telling you in the beginning. That is, since this whole problem is having a lot of unclear aspects or unclear areas, or which is requiring much more scientific exploration, these unscientific facts and unscientific ideologies are getting infiltrated, and these people are getting uh, they are taking advantage of this situation. Okay, so that's the reason why we are getting all these kind of explanations, weird explanations. Masturbation or losing semen is nothing going to play in losing the weight. Okay, there's nothing like
Okay.
that. Okay, so
Okay.
just imagine if the person is mating, maybe he's masturbating once a day or twice a day or maybe 5 times a day. What if he's mating with his girlfriend 5 times a day? What is the difference? Scenario, there is no girl, and the other scenario, there is a girl. Rest, everything is same, isn't it? The only problem is losing semen won't get you thinner. There's nothing like that. But if you are just focusing on that and you are not proper on your diet, that is going to make problem, get you into trouble, and even that can damage your genitals. So be careful with over masturbation. That's the only thing which I can give at this point. Okay. So,
Are there any questions? Are there any other questions, Shivam,
Nah, there's
from the audience?
no questions as of now. But guys, if you want to ask any questions, we are at the final stage of the session. So if you have any
Yeah.
questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Let's give chat a 2 minutes window for asking the questions. Meanwhile, I'd like both our guests to, one question which was somehow missed by me was asked by Aarti Umle, that sir, to both of you, that if you can share any brief cases about PCOD patients that you have, and how they responded to this, or maybe share your personal experiences about any patients that you have diagnosed or come across in PCOD.
Dr. Anum, go ahead.
Any case study that you would like to share?
Yeah, I'll tell. I am so having, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
you
you
are.
are.
So I am these days treating a lot. मतलब more than migraine, more than gastric upset. I'm treating more cases of PCOD these days actually. Okay. As we know in allopathic medicine, what they do is metformin. They decrease the blood sugar level, the insulin level, and they give the hormones to regulate the menstrual cycle. Okay. I'm not here to criticize any pathy. Okay, it's their way of prescription of treating the patients, their modus operandi. Okay, but when it comes to homeopathy, we have to be very patient. It's not like that homeopathy acts slow. Many of my patients they recovered from PCOD from in a couple of months, barely 2 months. They get 2 months regular cycle. When they get the sonography or ultrasound done, they were completely PCOD free. Okay, so I always educate my patient that it's not only medicine which is going to work in the PCOD. Not only PCOD, I got cases for endometriosis along with PCOD, many cysts and tumors, the Nabatean cyst. Okay, so I'll tell you, I cannot even tell the short remedies or medicine for PCOD. It solely depend upon the symptoms. Whatever the symptoms patient will bring, he will himself. So only we cannot rely over any medicine. Only not only medicine, the correction of lifestyle, your diet, your exercise, it's very, matlab, it is mandatory. There's no way out that you can be treated or cured by PCOD just by popping pills. And even if you are doing that, it is very short lived.
Yeah.
So we need to take care of it.
एक इसी में छोटा सा पॉइंट मैं एक और ऐड करना चाहता हूँ जो डॉक्टर अनम ने कहा कि एक और चीज़ जो बहुत ध्यान रखनी चाहिए जो भी हमें सुन रहे हैं देख रहे हैं प्लीज़ कोई भी डाइट शुरू करने से पहले आप प्लीज़ किसी डॉक्टर से या अपने डाइटिशियन से न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट से कंसल्ट करिए क्योंकि जैसे डॉक्टर हुसैन ने भी आपको पहले बताया कि इफ यू गो ऑन अ कीटो डाइट फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम इट विल हर्ट यू राइट सो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जो भी आप डाइट कर रहे हो फॉलो करने की सोच रहे हो पहली बात तो यार गूगल जाके कोई भी डाइट मत उठाओ गूगल से बिकॉज गूगल में एवरी डे लाइक हाँ मतलब यू गो ऑन गूगल यू टाइप कीटो डाइट आपको 10,000 पन्ने मिल जाएंगे जहाँ पे कीटो डाइट होगी बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट डाइट विल सूट यू ठीक है वो आपको नहीं पता तो आई गेस टेक एन एक्सपर्ट्स एडवाइस मेरे ख्याल से तो वो एक
I'll
बहुत
tell you what
इंपॉर्टेंट
I learned from Dr. Hussain about the dieting. Anything which you eat and you are not enjoying, anything which you eat and you are not enjoying it eating, come what may, how nutritious it is not dieting. You are hurting yourself, and you cannot take it for a longer run. You will do it for a couple of weeks and a month, just like paying a fees to the gym and not turning back. But maintaining the proper portions, dividing your meal. If I am having three chapatis in one time, I can have it in 3 times. The same three chapatis, instead of taking in the breakfast, I'm taking one in the breakfast, one in the lunch, one in the dinner.
Splitting
Okay,
the meals.
fasting will not help. It will cause more insulin production.
Yeah,
So
that's
eat in
one.
a smaller interval, small portions, small intervals, and check what you eat. If I'm hungry and I grab a burger from McDonald's, rather I'll eat an apple. So choice
Yeah.
of food is very important.
One thing to add here, a very controversial subject, that is fasting. I missed out here somehow. Usually the people used to say that the fasting is so good for your body, and people come to say that the Islamic fasting, that is the best and all. So when you look at the way the fasting and is observed in our society and how it came into being, and when looking at our evolutionary history, our body is always prepared to prepare for fasting because we are always expecting a drought season. Okay, because that was the when we were a hunter and a gatherer in our prehistoric time, it was the way how we were living. So we may not be getting the kind of food which we are liking or which we want at the proper time. So we might be eating for some days and we may not be eating for some other days. But still in between, these people, they will take some vegetables or some fruits or something like that. So the major portion of the diet was the meat, the burned meat. Okay, we can recollect from our history. So fasting actually is not uh, it's not a good thing, or it's not the only best thing. I cannot say. As a nutrition perspective, the best idea is to control the portion and to limit what you eat. Fasting is never going to help in the long run, and fasting without drinking water is going to harm you. Okay, whether whatever in whatever religion you believe or not, without drinking water and without staying thirsty for more than 12 hours or 10 hours, that is going to harm you, because whenever you are in a religious fasting, you will have to stay thirsty, because food is second to water. So we should be careful about that. And even intermittent fasting, we used to say that. And even while doing that, the key point is that we will be eating when we are working, because while working we need energy.
Right.
Okay. And in intermittent fasting, what you are doing is you will be eating once a day in 24 hours, and that will be in between the working hours. And you won't be eating just before going to sleep or while you are going to rest. So that's how you will have to space it out. That is 18 hours fasting and 18 bar 6. That's how we divide it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to keep that in mind. Fasting, it's not a shortcut for losing weight. You won't lose weight by just fasting. And even if you experience some loss of weight, that is going to come back, because that loss of weight is mainly due to loss of water. That's not because of
And
burning
along
calories.
with the weakness and hair fall, along with the
Even, yeah,
weakness, hair
weakness, hair
fall,
fall, losing your
skin damage.
yeah, that can damage the growing brains of children. If small children, especially the school going children, if they are forced to go for fasting, that is very bad, because that is going to affect their cognitive abilities. Okay. And for those people who are especially who requires much attention in their jobs, like drivers or some machine operators, if they are fasting, they are prone to more accidents. Okay, so fasting is something which you should do when you are resting, not while you are working. That's the
Yeah,
simple thing.
so true.
Okay.
It's more about having a good balanced diet rather than, trying to eat everything at once.
Control.
Yeah,
Two things.
Lot
Okay.
to
so
get
true.
from today's
Any,
session.
Take up.
Yeah, a lot to get from today's session. If I put it in
yeah,
bullet points, I can get a reminder of class studies where the balanced diet chart was there. Used to tell itna khana hai, is time khana hai, and that. So I guess this was taught very early to us. But again, it's a quick reminder for us to get in that zone and implement it in our lives. Few things, summing it up: portion control, diet control, and keeping yourself fit involves a little bit of exercise. So you have to get up from your bed and involve yourself into some physical work, so that all your muscles, body, and everything, like the energy flow, is maintained within the body. And the key thing is, do not take any advices just by reading any articles or so. Please consult expert in this
Oh,
context.
yeah.
Don't type on Google
Always.
10 tips to stay fit and
Not even
just
friends, not even friends,
yeah,
not even
not
friends.
even friends, like
Influence is more.
And
I'm fasting,
especially,
I'm dying out of hunger, and I'm losing weight, and my friends started following me. Don't do that. Don't
and
be a blind
especially,
follower.
yeah, and especially WhatsApp forwards.
no, that we have been strictly
व्हाट्सएप
against the
यूनिवर्सिटी का
WhatsApp
तो हम वैसे ही बोलते
university.
हैं कि
We
उसको
have
नहीं
been
करना
very
है.
against the WhatsApp universities in all our podcasts. We have been all like often mentioning to please ignore WhatsApp messages, and
Because,
please,
we call it, yeah, we call it evidence-based approach.